So this is just a little bit of a hodgepodge of certain clips that I've taken over the past few months. Some of these clips were actually before the video that I posted a couple months ago about my trip up to Wisconsin, in Duluth. But this was actually some of these are before I had gone up there and after. Looks to be loaded. Yeah, you can see just how windy it was. If you look way off in the distance, you can see that American flag is totally whipping around that pole like crazy, and then just the signal mast itself kind of twisting around. When it was insanely windy. This is by Park Packing over in.
You'll kind of get the lingo that I'm speaking. But even going further, if you are somebody who's in a condo association. Quickly for the Bears and ran out here would not hold well where it came down to 11 here in the third.
Yep. Just hanging out with this hawk over here. Pretty rad. I think it was in the process of eating something down there. Because usually if you come up on a bird of prey, yeah, usually they'll kind of just fly away. But if their meal is still around, they'll, so I am here, I think like a year later, to see what progress has been done. Probably thanks to windstorms and things like that, this barrier is down, which is nice because I can see a little bit more. But yeah, ooh, we got a couple signals up there. Huh. Cool, so we got signals. We got this guy in this pickup truck eyeing me. I'm on park property, asshole, so you can't say shit. We got a trespasser over here, blah blah blah. Dude, they just love calling in trespassers over here. Anyway, yep, there's a Illinois Central train lined up to be coming through here soon, so I'm just gonna check that out. But yeah, last time, yeah, this bridge was just not even anything like that. You can see here there's a yeah, so it looks like they're gonna make it double track again. Still, yeah, I was wondering about that. Couple more yeah, that the street goes through there. Pretty interesting. This guy is still hanging out there. And I think it might be a side of good news. The what do they call it? The Genesee Airline Bridge. They've been working on it for a while. It had been sitting straight up and down for a while, I'm pretty sure. And now it's like now they got it angled. So maybe that's a sign that they're onto a different part of the repair or something. Who knows? It'll be cool to see trains going through here. You know, as long as this park space remains open here, let's see if I can zoom out. There we go. Yeah, as long as all this here stays open, it's still not the worst place to watch trains. So, yeah, not a bad deal. I think we got another guy over there staring at me. I'm not sure. I swear, like right before they started doing all this construction, yeah, they were just shooing people out of here like so fast. So it'll be interesting to see if someone comes up. Keep waiting to see if this guy is gonna, because he was down there, so I'm not sure. Maybe he thought he was getting something, or I'm not sure why he's still there. Usually the person is so close, unless he's not feeling well or something like that and he's out of it. But he's pretty big, so he's been eating. Sure, I hear the rumble of a -9 pickup truck's got a. Oh, here we go. No SD60s this time, but this is in fact the closest to downtown that you can spot a freight train like this. So I believe I fixed the problem where this thing records in some weird, I forget the dumb acronym for that. HDR, right? It doesn't record in HDR anymore, so this should now finally again render 1080. And hopefully everything's not all washed out looking. Tried to black that one out, but you can obviously still see what it was. Wait, is this the... You know, can't say for sure, but I think this is the first time I've seen cuts of intermodal cars going through here. I mean, they're not your standard containers. I'm guessing these are something quite special. There's no placards or anything, but well, it's nice to see that they're still operating on that same schedule. If you get here around noontime, I mean, you might have to wait, a couple hours, but you will always for sure see one of these trains come through here. I wonder if these guys are covering up graffiti down there, or if they're just actually finishing up that wall. Interesting. I was just thinking, I think those guys were staring at me because they probably think I'm a train rider. I mean, I'm kind of dressed like one. I got a book bag. But obviously they didn't see my bike. I don't know who's gonna carry a bike, on a train. Although I suppose it's been done. Oh, look. For all you conspiracy theorists, there's your chemtrails. Not even gonna get up for this, because, it's just Amtrak. Wave to everybody. Hey, welcome to Chicago. Ah, that's great. Hope you don't get carjacked. That's right, asshole. I got you on camera. That guy looked a little suspicious. on camera. Hope you're cool with that. Hey. There, we got some few waves. So this is a punch key, and these freaking things are the reason why ATCS no longer works in the Dalton / Blue Island Junction areas because, yeah, these fucking satellite things. So now they don't need those antiquated radio signals anymore. Kind of sucks. Takes you back to the days when you just had to sit and pray that something shows up. Sucks ass.
We got 2 more. Forceful splatter.
Here we are on location, standing at the northwest corner of Joliet Cemetery, creeping on some trains. Just about to cross over the diamond that is shared with the former Rock Island, now Iowa Interstate, and the Chicago Metro. Supposed to be a run through. I think it's just running through the yards. I don't know why it's taking so long. Although I suppose it still has to run at yard speed. Huh. Sounds like a Jeep. Or an EMD of some kind. Which is cool. Who is this guy?
Watch your line up and drop that kid off at the
What the fuck is this? Who is this guy? Daniel Boone? Some sort of hippie of some kind. Wonder if she rode in. Interesting. Probably has no idea that I'm here. Yeah, but okie dokie. We have a female conductor today. I heard her talking on the radio. She's cleared for that switch. Huh. Looks like I thought I was an out. I thought that was an automated switch. Looks like the. Come on, put your back into it. You can do it. EG&E unit coming into the former EG&E yard. It's a Grand Trunk unit as well. Wish that tree wasn't there, you know? I might have to cut that tree down. This could be a really cool spot to watch trains. You know, I could probably sneak over here. Wouldn't be the first time I've done some vigilante landscaping in order to get a good shot at trains. Nice. Why couldn't they have kept that paint scheme somehow? Not too many amazing things on this train as far as graffiti goes. Oh well. I think there's 2 more trains that are somewhat on the way. I am here in Joliet today because among many forms of music that I follow, I particularly enjoy metal, heavy metal, and they got that concert venue, the Forge, here. Am I looking at? Huh. Huh. Kind of an optical illusion at first. For a second there, I thought I saw someone on the back of this grainer here. Because there's kind of like what looks like an arm that's sticking out. Oh, okay, it's just it's just a bit of rust, but can you see it? I mean, totally kind of looks like someone's standing in the back there. Anyway, let's see here, who's playing tonight? Flesh God Apocalypse is like the main band that I'm seeing. Another band is called Obscura. What's the other two? Wolf Heart or something, Wolf something or other. And then the other one's actually starts with a letter T. I can't remember those bands, but maybe I'll include a little clip of them playing. I don't know. This is probably a yard move of some kind. Probably building a train. Nice. It's like mostly oil. I wish I could be on the other side there, but it's not as easy to get over there. There's this spot right here that could. Nah, I parked there before. I don't think I can get close enough without getting harassed by rail security. So, fortunately, I gotta be on this side. Which means, you know, the sunlight being in the way, which is always annoying, but it is what it is. Sorry for the smudgy lens. So, just how many bolts does it take to be missing before they just come in and like retighten everything up? It's hilarious. Anyway, I think I'm about to see a CN train come through here. Will be the first time ever seeing a CN train go past this station here. I've always seen them I see them going through the CN yard, you know, but I've never seen them go past here yet. This will be a first. Hopefully a BNSF doesn't come through and block my view, which of course will probably happen. Oh, it's not CN, it's just a stack train. Huh. Oh well, whatever. They said CN. I know it's this train. ridiculous line of boxcars. Man, this is boxcars as far as the eye can see. That's nuts. I still don't get the thing of like painting and drawing penises on things. Like, what is that code for? That you're a fucking moron? I think so. Because who else would do that? Fucking stupid. wish I could see both of these trains at once. I can tell this other train, the Iowa Interstate train's got tons of good shit on it. Yep. That's why this is one of my favorite spots. Union Pacific, you know, for their southern main line that goes out of Dalton comes through here, and everything that comes in and out of the IHB Blue Island Yard or Dalton Yard, whatever, all come through here. Pretty sweet. So I'm over here checking out different spots at the clearing yard here. Yeah, I wanted to share something that I found regarding my scanner. Yeah, I had this problem where only when I'm inside the car I would get this weird interference thing, and I'll actually just I'll show it to you just by plugging it back in. So just wait till this starts scanning again.
On the other side of this guy on the thoroughfare. I believe the thoroughfare should be moving right now. Okay, 3 to 4 with a double.
Okay, now it's going to start scanning again. See that? So yeah. So I've been reading, you know, I came across this problem and I realized I'm not the only one who has this problem. You know, weird interference problems when, you know, when the scanner's on and I'm in the car and the car is on. So what it is actually happening for me, maybe it's happening for you. I have a phone charger. It's like this thing where I put the phone in, and when the phone is in here, there's a charger built in, you know, wireless charging. And where it plugs in, that's a little tiny power supply. And it's a switch mode. It's a switch mode power supply, which puts out a lot of electromagnetic energy. So when I unplug it, it goes away. So that's just one troubleshooting thing that some of you can try. Those of you who are experiencing that problem with their scanners. Okay, that's it.
They're doubling up their train on the south end right now, so their train's coming off the tube. They got clear on the work lead, and then you'll come in, and then they'll pull out, and you'll come local. So it'll be pretty neat. Former drive.
Sweet. Oh yeah, this thing is hauling. I can tell. Actually, I better get it. I wish this thing blew its horn through town. I know this looks wrong, and if you were here, you would know how wrong this smells. But this steam that you see rising from this thing, that is the steam of life, because this is all cooking down to some highly potent compost that will make things grow. So here we are in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. This town holds a special significance to me because I was actually born in this town at the hospital. Anyway, my parents were living in, I think, Delafield at the time, however, but yeah. Anyways, with that, I kind of grew up knowing about this place. This is, well, up until now was known as the Brownberry bread making place. But now it's owned by, I mean, they probably still make Brownberry bread here, but it's now owned by Bimbo, which it's like, I don't know, when an American bread conglomerate is named Bimbo, like, what does that say about the country that you live in? I don't know. Well, what do you think about that? I don't know. I mean, your bread company is named after a derogatory name towards loose women. you know, which isn't a bad thing. You know, loose women are fine. Anyways, on the old ATCS, there is a train on approach. The clip that you just saw is an eastbound train. And up ahead, in the direction we're looking, there's a sighting. There's a train. It's now come out. Oh yeah, you see a headlight. Here we go. And this is just days after that I heard that CP finally nailed their merger with Kansas City Southern. I think I've seen a few more. I mean, I've been seeing Kansas City Southern units on this line, you know, since a couple years ago, but I think I've, like, almost every single train I've seen here today has had one on it. I don't know if they're just making a statement with that, but there it is. What's this, a unit train? Boring ass soil train, but we'll take it. With a couple Norfolk Southern units on the lead. Of course, these are all empty. So now, today I'm in Milwaukee, trying to kill a couple hours before I meet up with an uncle of mine and take him over to Zaffiro's Pizza, which is my favorite pizza place here in Milwaukee. But recently I've been interested in maybe trying to capture from different vantage points some of the freights that come through the station up here. Yep. ATCS shows that there is a train in approach. I'm assuming it's a freight. There's two trains in approach. One of them's going to be an Amtrak, but didn't seem like yeah, looks like it's coming on the track that's closest to me, though. The one that's closest, and the Amtrak would be on the other track, I'm pretty sure, because it would be closer to the station platform. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of, you know what? This is a really cool vantage point. The traffic up above. That's kind of what I like about Milwaukee, because there's, especially around this area, there's like, it's hard to explain. There's like, geographically, there's like different layers. Chicago has that a little bit with the Lower Wacker Drive, but that's about it. But here, there's like a valley that kind of goes through Milwaukee a little bit. There's and so because of that, there's like 3 levels of roads. There's like expressway roads that are usually at the highest point, but then there's, I don't know, you'd have to be here to but it's kind of interesting. So like when you're in the lower level, yeah, it's so even though Milwaukee's really tiny compared to Chicago, it takes a while to really get to know it. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, see, it's turn the corner down there. This is a really cool vantage point. I dig this. And for the most part, there are some spots where it seems like you might get run off, but I think as long as you're not causing trouble. I don't think I've ever been told by rail security that I have to. In fact, I don't think I've ever been approached by rail security here in Milwaukee yet. I've seen them, but I don't know. And there's some videos where I might speed up this part, but I don't know. Next, I should bring my tripod and my good camera so I can really focus in on the where it's going through the station there. some of the buildings around here are really old. You know, there's buildings here that are older than that of Chicago because, you know, we didn't have, well, not to say not to use the word we, but Milwaukee didn't have a great fire like Chicago did. So there's buildings that were built, you know, prior to the Chicago fire here in Milwaukee, and you know, they continue to survive. I wonder if this will have a Kansas City Southern unit on it. Man, I hate how this... After this thing got some sort of software update, it decided that it needs to make the camera focus more slowly on things. Which means by the time it's gone past, like, it focuses by the time it's already gone past, making it completely pointless. That's so cool. That guy can suck a dick. It is too cold, actually. got some virgin cars here. How cool is this? Huh? Really? Yeah, that's different. I've never seen them on top of each other. Anyway, there's I don't know what train it is, but should be coming around here pretty soon. I've always loved this tanning building. There's one building that seems to be kept up, so I think maybe they still do. Maybe they still do tanning. I don't know. But this is just different. I've never seen anything like this. Yeah, that's not sketchy at all. Bunch of random barrels. Is this gate even locked? I don't think this gate's even locked. Oh my god, who knows what the fuck is in these things? Should we find out? Anyway, this thing was going through. About to go past Miller Park. Oh, okay. Nothing to see here. That's cool. So yeah, that was a nice collection of clips over the past few months. I've been finding myself taking less and less video. I just feel like there's a few things that so like the pedestrian bridge over in East Chicago, it's like, I mean, you could still go there at your own risk, but there's like crazy amount of no trespassing signs that Cliffs has put up there. So it's just, there's just things like that, like the CN zebra units that aren't around anymore. Like, I feel like the span of time that I've been taking videos, like, I've captured some pretty cool stuff, and it's hard to think of anything that I need to really document them. I'm afraid of it disappearing at the moment, except for maybe the Gary Union Station. I think it's about to get boarded up pretty soon because Decay Devils, of whom I'm somewhat a part of. I wish I had more time to devote towards what they do, but they're the ones who own that place, and rightly so. They do need to board it up so that so that people can't live in there and maybe incidentally have something happen to them if the roof caves in or something like that. But that place is going to get worked on and rebuilt. So I probably will do some more videos, maybe more so focusing on that location. But yeah, it's like as some of the older locomotives are getting phased out, things like that. I don't know. There are as many cool things that I think I need to document as often. I don't want to keep putting the same video of the same thing every single time. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But if there is anyone out there who looks forward to these videos, well, thanks for watching, I guess. Honestly, the biggest reason why I do these is mostly for myself. I don't want to take up, tons and tons of hard drive space. Although hard drives are becoming cheaper and cheaper, but still, it's just nice to have. It's nice to have these videos up in the cloud where I can just, from any phone, you're like, hey, check out my video here. So I'm not doing this for fame or glory. Far from it. I'm not that cool. All right. Well, thanks. See you next time.